Hi friends, my name's Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another What's Coming to VOD this month. My gosh, there is a lot. It's October and they are not mucking around. There is so much on this list. Let's just jump straight into it because I think I have 20 movies or 20 pieces of content today I would like to talk about. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. I do videos every single week talking about horrors and thrillers and giving you a lot to put on your to watch list. So if you'd like to be part of that journey, I'd love to have you here. We're gonna start today with Welcome to the Blumhouse, just to get the ball rolling. Welcome to the Blumhouse is back. Just like last time, they'll be releasing 2 films at the same time within the horror genre. The first 2 are Bingo Hell and Black as Night. They'll both be released on the 1st on Prime. Let's start with Bingo Hell. This one is set in a small community called Oak Springs, where a group of stubborn elderly friends are disturbed when their local bingo hall is taken over by a force that seems sinister. Richard Brake features in this bizarre horror fantasy which claims hints of comedy. I think it's going to be a wild ride. Who's in? The other film that is going to be released alongside Bingo Hell is Black as Night. The film is about a teenage girl who discovers a coven of vampires are taking over her town. She decides to dedicate her summer to taking down this group with the help of her best friend, her crush, and a peculiar rich girl. Both of these films look very interesting in different ways, and I think I'm banking on Black as Night. The next 2 Welcome to the Blumhouse films will be released on October the 8th, again on Prime. The first film, Madres, which I hope I'm pronouncing right, is about a couple who relocate to a farming community while expecting their first child. But when the wife begins to experience strange symptoms, she's unsure if this is linked to an old curse or if there's something in their new home. The second release in this set is The Manor. This film is about a woman who suffers from a stroke and moves into a historic nursing home where she begins to suspect something is preying on the other residents. In Unsane style, she must now convince the others of the danger while trying to convince the nurses she's well enough to leave. Again, these 2 will be released on the 8th on Prime. I am really excited for this next one. The Guilty is a thriller hitting Netflix on the 1st. Starring Jake Gyllenhaal, the film is about a demoted police officer who is now working at the call dispatch desk, but he receives his most important job yet when he gets a call from a kidnapped woman. Now he must race against time to save her life. The film is a remake of a Danish thriller from 2018 of the same name, and it does remind me a lot of The Call, if you've seen that film. It's got the same kind of storyline, really. Someone calling in who has been kidnapped. I do love these kinds of thrillers, so I'll definitely be checking this one out. On October the 19th, Oujia Japan hits Prime. The movie follows Karen, an American woman living in Japan who desperately wants to fit in. Willing to do anything, she plays Ouija with her peers, and in return, get this, the spirit sets her up to fight her new friends in a deadly game. This is a bizarre concept. I thought it was just gonna be a straight, play with the evil gets you, but it seems like it takes a turn. But it's piqued my interest, so watch out for this one come October 19th. The next one I'm both excited for and scared about. It's happening. Originally conceived for a theatrical release, but due to the pandemic, Paranormal Activity Next of Kin will be released this month on Paramount+. Many sources have said that this is a reboot and doesn't follow the original films, but there has been some interesting wording used with the release claiming it's an unexpected retooling of the franchise. And with the name Next of Kin, I think this may be a sidestep of the original story. The original film from 2007 is a found footage about a couple who are dealing with an ominous force in their home. Are you up for another Paranormal Activity? Let me know down below. Next, this drama horror mystery hits Netflix on the 13th of October. Fever Dream will tell the haunting story of Amanda, who awakes barely conscious when she is forced to uncover the tragic truth of what happened to her. This is a Chilean film based on the novella The Rescue Distance, which was later translated to English under the title Fever Dream. Expect a mystery about the powerful bond of mother and child, which at first seems confusing but then becomes terrifyingly clear. Let's talk about long-awaited horror, The Medium. There are rumors about it being released on Shudder this month. The horror is a story about shamanism in Thailand. This is the religious practice that involves a practitioner who interacts with the spirit world through altered states of consciousness. The movie focuses on one household living with a possessed family member. The trailer is truly haunting and spectacular at the same time. Keep this one high on your to-watch list. Another one I can't believe is finally happening. It's the I Know What You Did Last Summer series. I'm a huge fan of the original and I'm really keen to see where this one lands. The blurb says, in a town full of secrets, a group of teenagers are stalked by a mysterious killer 1 year after a fatal accident. The series is 8 episodes long and looks to be a true remake. IMDb lists episodes 1 to 4 premiering on the 15th of October, with the final 4 being released week by week. It's just enough to get you hooked at the start. So mark your calendars for the 15th. This one will be on Prime. Another TV show dropping on Friday the 15th is The Day of the Dead, this one on Syfy. Presenting itself as the ultimate love letter to the godfather of zombies, Romero, this series follows 6 strangers that are trying to survive the first 24 hours of a zombie outbreak. This one might be a hard access for those of us foreigners who don't have the Syfy channel, so if you are like me, keep an eye out to see where this might be distributed in your country. And those who do watch this, please let us know in the comments if it's worth our time. But I'm not done yet. If you're already overwhelmed by the TV content in October, saddle up. The Chucky TV series also hits Syfy this month on October the 12th. It will also be on the USA Network. The series will serve as a sequel to the Cult of Chucky film, which is the 7th in the franchise, and the creator states that it will be the final showdown between Chucky and Andy. If you do want some happy spoilers, check out the cast list on IMDb. Chucky will be released week by week, and again, it's premiering on the 12th. This next paranormal horror hits rental platforms on the 9th of October. The movie follows a tow truck driver that returns to his childhood home after a death of a family member. Here he discovers there may be a paranormal presence living in his family home. And I included this one because the trailer is absolutely chilling, so if you're on the fence, check it out. It's bound to win you over. The next film I'm going to talk about is directed by Deborah Voorhees. Yes, you heard right. It is just a coincidence, and it's also what snagged her an audition on the film Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. Her film 13 Fanboy is a meta horror about an obsessed fan who stalks his favorite horror actors from Friday the 13th. The movie stars Corey Feldman, Kane Hodder, and Dee Wallace. The film will be released on VOD rental platforms from the 22nd of October. And just when you thought you were safe, Joe's back for more. I have a very I don't think hate, but very interesting relationship with Joe and the series You. I did a comparison between the book and the TV series because it was just so wild and so different, the comparisons between the two. If you do want to check it out, please do. But of course, You is back this month for season 3. This season will follow Joe's relationship with Love, who is pregnant with his child, and they are now living in suburbia. Joe, a new neighborhood? What could go wrong? It's so sick and I just can't help it. Such a sick, guilty pleasure. I'll see you on the 15th, Joe. Slasher, There's Someone Inside Your House hits Netflix October 6th. This horror thriller is focused on a graduating class that is stalked by a masked killer who has a fixation on exposing each victim's dark secrets. A group of misfits now must work together to try and stop the killer. The film is based on the 2017 book by the same name. And usually I'm not into slashers, but I'll be checking this one out. Okay, I am slightly excited for the next one. Let's talk about VHS 94. This one, of course, is part of the VHS anthology series, each film with a different round of horror shorts. This installment is set up by a SWAT team that discovers a sinister cult with pre-recorded material on, of course, videotapes. My interest is piqued, and I did get a copy of this one to watch early, so I'll be tucking into that and I'll be reviewing it before it comes out on the 6th of October. Again, it's going on Shudder. The Haunted Museum starts on Discovery Plus on October the 2nd. The show is about the stories behind the items on display at Zach Bagans' Vegas Museum. The series, produced by Eli Roth, will feature shorts along with commentary from Baggins and Roth. Look, I know that Zach isn't for everyone. Hell, Roth isn't either. But this series does look like guilty pleasure bingeable content. Am I alone? Next, Apple TV also celebrates horror this October with new series Invasion, which is inspired by H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. Honestly, this hits different in 2021, and yes, this series is set in modern times. I think we can all now relate to the world changing drastically and fast. This series stars Sam Neill and will take a look at an alien invasion through different people and perspectives in different continents of the world. The sci-fi horror drama kicks off from the 22nd and then is released week by week. Broadcast Signal Intrusion made waves in March at the South by Southwest Film Festival, where the film was praised for its atmosphere. The drama horror mystery is set in the late 90s following a video archivist who finds a series of sinister pirated broadcasts, which springs an obsession with uncovering their dark origin. If that's not enough to get you hooked, I guess I'm on my own. This one is going to be available on all major VOD platforms from the 22nd of October. Last one, I had to mention this. Why this is happening again, I will never know, but I thought I had to warn you. Daniel Farrens is back. You know, the dude from The Haunting of Sharon Tate and The Murder of Nicole Brown Simpson movies. And this time he's bringing Tobin Bell with him. This film will focus on Aileen Wuornos, the notorious female serial killer, and her early years. Release.com stated the film will be released on the 10th on rental platforms. Make no mistake, I watched The Haunting of Sharon Tate and never again. I just had to bring it up. I think it's so funny that they keep doing this. Anyway, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let me know what you're watching down below. And for those who watched up to this point, if you scroll down to the bottom of the description box, you will see a list of these films. You are welcome. The reason I don't usually do it is because it can change. Timings and platforms are different in every country, so it gets a little bit confusing, but I just wanted to give you that information this month because there's a lot of it. Also, I do like people to watch my videos all the way to the end. Otherwise, I would do this as a blog. So I do appreciate you being here. If you do find these videos helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you here. I do new videos every single week talking about horrors and thrillers and giving you a lot, as you can tell, to put on your to watch list. I hope you're having a fantastic day and I'll talk to you all very soon. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye, friends.